Hello everyone, and welcome to History of the Ancient World. Today, we're journeying back in time, deep into the heart of Mesopotamia, to a city whose name echoes through millennia, Babylon. This wasn't just any city. For centuries, it was the largest, most magnificent metropolis on Earth, a symbol of power, innovation, and astonishing beauty. But what made Babylon so legendary? Was it truly a city of wonders? Or has its story been embellished over time? Join me as we uncover the truth behind the towering ziggurats, the majestic gates, and the world-famous Hanging Gardens. Our story begins over 4,000 years ago on the fertile banks of the Euphrates River, in what is now modern-day Iraq. While early settlements existed, Babylon truly rose to prominence under its most famous early ruler, Hammurabi, around 1792 BC. You've likely heard his name associated with the Code of Hammurabi, one of the earliest and most complete written legal codes ever discovered. It was inscribed on a massive stone stele and proclaimed justice for all, from the powerful noble to the common citizen. This legal framework was revolutionary, establishing Babylon not just as a military power, but as a center of justice and social order. Under Hammurabi, the First Babylonian Empire flourished, setting the stage for centuries of cultural and scientific advancement. But empires rise and fall. After Hammurabi's era, Babylon faced invasions and periods of decline. It was conquered by the Hittites, then ruled by the Kassites, and later fell under the dominion of the formidable Assyrian Empire. For a long time, Babylon was just another city in a vast empire, its former glory a distant memory. But the spirit of Babylon was not so easily extinguished. It was merely waiting for the right leader to rekindle its flame. That leader arrived in the form of Nebuchadnezzar II, who ascended to the throne in 605 BC. This was the dawn of the Neo-Babylonian Empire, and the city's most glorious chapter. Nebuchadnezzar was a brilliant military strategist and an ambitious builder. He wasn't content with just ruling. He wanted to create a capital that would astound the world, a testament to his power and the glory of his gods. He initiated a massive construction program that transformed Babylon into the architectural marvel that history remembers. Imagine walking through the city during his reign. You would first encounter its defenses, a double wall so thick and high that it was considered impenetrable. The outer wall was further protected by a deep, water-filled moat. To enter the city, you would pass through one of 8 monumental gates, each dedicated to a different deity. The most spectacular of these was the Ishtar Gate. This wasn't just a gate, it was a work of art. Covered in brilliant blue glazed bricks, it was adorned with hundreds of relief images of lions, dragons, and bulls representing the gods Ishtar, Marduk, and Adad. Today, a reconstruction of the Ishtar Gate stands in the Pergamon Museum in Berlin, and even this replica is breathtaking. Imagine seeing the original shimmering under the Mesopotamian sun. Once inside the city, you'd walk along the processional way, the main street paved with stone and flanked by the same majestic blue glazed walls. This sacred road led directly to the heart of Babylon's religious life, the Esagila temple complex, and the legendary ziggurat Etemenanki. The Esagila was the home of Marduk, the patron god of Babylon. But it was the ziggurat that dominated the skyline. Etemenanki, meaning the temple of the foundation of heaven and earth, was a colossal stepped pyramid, possibly reaching up to 91 meters high. To the ancient Babylonians, this was a man-made mountain, a stairway connecting the earth to the heavens. Many scholars believe that this very structure was the inspiration for the biblical story of the Tower of Babel. Standing at its base, you would have felt truly humbled by its scale and ambition. Beyond its incredible architecture, Babylon under Nebuchadnezzar was a hub of science and learning. Babylonian astronomers were meticulous observers of the night sky. They charted the movements of the planets, developed sophisticated mathematical models to predict eclipses, and created the zodiac that is still in use today. Their work laid the foundations for much of modern astronomy. They also developed a complex system of mathematics based on the number 60, which is why we still have 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour. And now we come to the most famous and most mysterious of all of Babylon's wonders, the Hanging Gardens. Described by ancient Greek historians as a terraced, mountain-like structure covered in a profusion of exotic trees, shrubs and flowers, it was said to have been built by Nebuchadnezzar for his homesick wife, who missed the green mountains of her homeland. Water was supposedly ingeniously pumped from the Euphrates to the highest terraces, creating a lush green paradise in the middle of a flat, arid landscape. It was listed as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. But here's the great mystery. Despite extensive excavations at Babylon, archaeologists have found no definitive evidence of the Hanging Gardens. There are no Babylonian texts from the time that mention them. So did they even exist? There are a few theories. One is that they did exist, but were destroyed so completely that no trace remains. Another compelling theory, proposed by Dr. Stephanie Dalley of Oxford University, suggests that the gardens were real, but they weren't in Babylon at all. She argues that the Hanging Gardens were actually located in the Assyrian city of Nineveh, built by their king Sennacherib, and the story was later mistakenly attributed to Babylon. It's a historical puzzle that continues to fascinate experts to this day. Real or legend, the story of the Hanging Gardens perfectly captures the almost mythical reputation of Babylon. The golden age of Babylon, however, was destined to be short-lived. In 539 BC, the city fell to Cyrus the Great, the founder of the Persian Achaemenid Empire. The fall was surprisingly swift and relatively bloodless. Babylon became just another province in a new, even larger empire. While it remained an important cultural and economic center for some time, its political power was gone forever. The city gradually declined over the centuries, its magnificent buildings crumbling, and its mud bricks dissolving back into the earth. By the time Alexander the Great arrived 2 centuries later, with dreams of making it the capital of his own empire, the city was already a shadow of its former self. His premature death sealed its fate, and soon the great city of Babylon was largely abandoned, its wonders buried beneath the sands of time. So, what is the legacy of Babylon? It is more than just ruins and legends. Babylon represents the height of human ambition and ingenuity in the ancient world. It gave us foundational laws, advanced astronomy, and mathematical concepts we still use. It pushed the boundaries of architecture and urban planning. The story of Babylon, from its rise under Hammurabi to its golden age under Nebuchadnezzar and its eventual decline, is a powerful reminder of the cyclical nature of history. It teaches us that even the greatest empires are not eternal, but their ideas and innovations can echo through eternity. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to the magnificent city of Babylon. What part of its history fascinates you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to History of the Ancient World for more deep dives into our incredible past. We'll see you in the next one.